Okay, what's up, everybody? My name is Chris Record. I am the CEO of Techademics, and I'm excited today to give you a bonus Shopify webinar. Today's webinar is going to be all about Shopify. We're going to cover a wide range of topics. As you can see here on my screen, I have a huge list of things to cover. I don't know that I'm going to get through them all. I'm going to do my best. And then also we have a couple of our people on standby behind the scenes that are answering questions for you right now. So with that being said, what I want to do is I just want to kind of dive into an overview of what we're going to cover to kind of set the expectations. So we're going to cover a lot of things. Like we're going to be talking about your new Shopify account. We're going to talk about which plan is going to be best for you. We're going to talk about how your free trial works to clarify some confusion. We're going to cover staff accounts. This is a big one that people don't really understand a lot about. We're going to cover staff accounts today, why you're going to want 5 of them. I'm going to cover how to add Techademics, how to add us to your staff account, but you're not going to do that today. I'm going to cover that, and then when you log into your Techademics virtual office, you're going to have all your information there. I'm going to talk about support. During your journey with Shopify, you're going to have a lot of questions, and you need to know where are the various sources you go to get those questions answered. But then we're going to cover some basic topics like a general store versus a niche store, which is better and why. In fact, I'm actually going to give you, a huge announcement for something coming soon right there. For something coming soon. Hold on, let me just write it while I go. And then we're going to talk about finding a domain name for your store. We're going to talk about free themes versus paid themes, how to go and find beautiful themes for your Shopify store. We're going to do a little bit about logo design. I'll show you a couple of tools you can use to get a logo design really quickly. Then how to map your domain name to your store. I'll probably just map one just to show you kind of how easy it is. We're going to go into a little bit of optimization, making sure your store is set up properly with SEO, both on your settings and your product stuff. Then we're going to cover a little bit about how to find products. I know we've covered this a lot before, but people still are asking the questions, so we're going to cover that. We're going to go into some basics of drop shipping, and I'm even going to talk to you a little bit about Amazon.com today, which should be pretty fun. Then we're going to talk about building a relationship with vendors. And then based on time, we're also going to do Q&A, but based on time, these are some of the other things I'd like to get into today. And notice that I titled this webinar number 1. In fact, let me even put that up here. Whatever I don't cover today doesn't mean it won't be covered. I'll just cover it on a future webinar, okay? And this is all for free for you guys. This is just free training, just to be able to show you respect for setting up your new Shopify account. I really want to see you have success. That's my main reason to do this. So then what I'll do is I'll just go through and I'll just kind of tackle as many of these as I can, and maybe do some Q&A with you and stuff like that, okay? So there we go. That's the expectation. And then at the end of all this, I am going to pick 10 winners who will each receive $100 in Facebook ads, okay? So I've just done this recently. I picked 5 people and started placing ads for them, and I think it's a really cool concept. You're going to obviously, in order to be a winner, you're going to need to make sure that you have a store set up and have a product that makes sense for advertising, but I don't mind dropping $100 to try to generate you some sales. And even if it doesn't generate you some sales, I can at least give you some experience. I can at least show you kind of a little bit about the process. So there's going to be 10 people. You got to hang on. And what I'm probably going to do is probably going to quiz you a little bit during that. So just to be able to kind of find out where you guys are at. Okay, so with that being said, let's just go ahead and jump into this. And I'll have the questions open in the background. And so I'll do my best to monitor them. But of course, I'm teaching the webinar. So again, if you have questions, we've got several people. You don't need to say, hi, Lawrence, or hi, Peter, or anything like that. Just go ahead and ask your question, and they will review those. And don't expect an instant reply, because there's like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people on live, so we'll do our best. Okay, with that being said, let's just start diving into this. So you are here and attending this webinar because you signed up for Shopify, okay? So let me kind of first start by just giving some big general information up here. Okay, first things first, okay? First things first. Commit to at least 90 days with your Shopify store, okay? Commit to at least 90 days. Now, first of all, I would suggest even going for 6 months to 12 months commitment, okay? But at least 90 days. This is one of the biggest things. Look, let's just be realistic, okay? Everybody wants to get rich overnight. You're going to hear a lot of stories about people that are having success, and it's going to be tempting to think that you're going to have that success right off the bat too. But the reality is that If it were that easy, we would all be successful. So use common sense here. Just use common sense for a minute. If it were really this easy, then why would people need to buy Techademics training? Why would they need to go to conferences? Why would you even need to sit on a long webinar like this, right? So the reality is, let's just be honest about this. Running an e-commerce business takes work, okay? And many of you, if not most of you, will not see success in your first 30 days. So don't go telling your family you're going to get rich overnight. You know, don't go telling your boyfriend or girlfriend or spouse or whatever that, you know, they're going to leave you, or that you're going to leave them, you know, when you become rich and you're going to be driving your Lamborghini next month. Just stay focused, stay in your lane, stay focused, and give yourself time for your learning curve, okay? Many of you probably missed Christmas. That's okay. Now you got Valentine's Day, and then if you don't hit Valentine's Day, that's okay. That's okay. Then we're going to have something I'm going to cover, actually. I'll come back to this at the end down here. We're going to cover Chinese New Year as well, Chinese New Year and how it affects you. And many of you are going to go through that learning curve of Chinese New Year and how things are going to kind of be shut down for a little bit and how to work around that, how it affects you, how to work around it. Okay, and then we're also going to be talking about things like, you know, Stripe, or let's just see, merchants like Stripe and PayPal might hold back funds, how to handle that. Okay, there's things like this that you're going to have to go through. This is all part of your learning curve. This is your learning curve. Okay. You must allow time for your learning curve, okay? Think about this if you were like a doctor. A doctor it doesn't become a doctor overnight. They have to go to school for it many years, investing many hundreds of thousands of dollars, and then finally they get a lucrative career at the end of it. But most fail along the way. You have to be committed. You've got to be committed, okay? So if you're not, right now some of you are on a trial. And if you're on a trial and you're going, okay, I'm going to see if this works in my 30-day trial. Well, I'll guarantee you it won't work. It just won't work if you're only committed to just trying it out during your trial. That's not. If you're going to really make this work, if you're going to follow our training, we're here, we got your back, but you've got to be willing to commit to this. Okay, that's the first things first. Okay, understanding that now, let me dive into some of the plans and stuff like that and how it might affect you. So